Welcome to my live stream. I'm mayohosko. Thank you so much for watching. I'm building sets from my backlog from the Lego group who are worth billions and billions of dollars. And let's see who's going to come out today. Let's see who's going to come out today. Because in 4 hours or something, I'm going to be on someone's charity stream. I forget who they're raising money for, but they're doing a charity stream, and I want to attempt to build more of this set before I spend some time with them. So we're just going to wait for people. And I am now on autumn break at grad school. So we're just waiting. Yeah. And yeah, hopefully we'll get some people in. And apologies, my parents are here right now, so they might make some noise in the background. And so hopefully they can try to stay out of my way. Hey, Jimmy Jr. I don't think I've seen you on one of my streams before, so welcome to the mayohosko channel. I've seen you around in a bunch of other places, so welcome to my way. Yeah, I don't blame you, Alexandria. There's always streams that going on. Who else was streaming right now? Well, it's good to finally see you here, Jimmy Jr. I've seen you on Breezy's streams and I want to say Brick Togethers. So it's good to see you here. Alexandria is always here because I trust her as my moderator. And I was actually speaking to someone else on some of the other streams today, and I offered, well, because B Bandits made the claim that he is everyone's moderator, and I know that is factually incorrect because B Bandits isn't my moderator and hasn't asked me about becoming my moderator, and I don't think has ever watched any of my streams before. So I asked B Bandits, hey, you say that you're everyone else's moderators. Would you be interested in being my moderator? And B Bandits, I think something got lost in translation, but I've given him the opportunity. So if B Bandits ever decides to watch one of my streams, apparently he comes in good recommendation to being a moderator. So we'll wait and see how that goes. And yeah, I've seen you in some of Odelay's streams before as well. Oh, I'm not actively looking for mods. I just made that proposition to B Bandits because he claims that he's everyone's moderator, when I know for sure that's factually incorrect, because it's impossible to be everyone's moderator. I think some people say things things in gist without thinking everything through sometimes. But yeah, let's wait to see if we get more people in the chat today so we can actually build some Lego, because this is the Soapbox Racer ramp set. Exactly, because I've seen even today some people go into other people's streams and beg to be a moderator, not seeing that some people already have plenty of moderators who handle their business fine. And for those who have watched some of my previous streams, we've talked about how it's not the best thing to go around asking to be people's moderators. And I've even told other people that I wouldn't be a good moderator because I don't always watch everyone's streams. However, there are some really dedicated people in the community who watch all of one person's stream, and that builds trust between the viewer and the streamer. Yeah, I'm also busy with school because I'm at grad school, and now I'm on autumn break, so I'll have a little bit more flexibility over the next 2 weeks to do stuff online with people. Philin was doing a gaming thing. You know, I always go back to something I told Never Too Old, was something that Never Too Old for Bricks was talking about when he unsubscribed from people because he realized that people stopped watching his stuff. And that got me thinking ever since he said that about the two-way street on social media. Well, it's always good to take pride in whatever you're studying. I try to take pride in at least half the stuff that I do at grad school. But yeah, as I've talked about with some other people before, for whatever reason, a whole bunch of people just stopped watching my streams, and honestly, that really makes me sad because I go onto YouTube Studio every single day, and I have actively seen myself lose about 50 watch time hours in the past month or so. And it's a combination of me being too busy to do more streams and some people being busy. So there's a variety of factors that goes on, and hopefully I can rectify some of those problems over the next 2 weeks. Hey Zizou, good to see you here. And hey Silent Mode, good to see you here. If we can get at least one more person in the chat, then we'll be able to build some Lego. And I was on Silent Mode's stream earlier today. And actually, I was also on Silent Mode's stream yesterday as well. We were talking about a whole bunch of stuff. And I still need to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I like talking with people in the chat. Exactly, Zizou. It is tax time right now, so I know that a lot of my American viewers are busy, or at least were busy, trying to file their taxes. That's one of the big things about why people aren't as active as much this time of year. Yeah, so for those who don't know why I call Zizou Zelda, it's because Zizou really likes Zelda games, and one of his profile pictures on one of his social media accounts is a Zelda character. and especially when the Deku Tree set came out, and when that other new Zelda set with the Blacktron logo, I mean the Triforce came out. Those two sets make me think of Zizou. You know, I can't play the Paradisa until until I get my channel monetized, because I'm not paying for StreamYard until we get the channel monetized. Are you going now?
I'm just going up to the place, John.
Oh, okay. Enjoy that. Yeah. Yeah, there's movement going around in my house. So, yeah, because everyone's home right now. Yeah, so occasionally you'll hear my family in the background. Hey, Unis, good to see you again. And hello, PTS_CB_BAM. I don't think I've seen you before, so welcome to the mayohosko channel. Yeah, well, I can sing it. Paradisa, Paradisa, sun is shining all day. I hope that was good enough. So now that I sung that, we need to get Johnny Jean up in here, so that he can beg me to talk about the Paradisa, and we need to get both a Dude Jude and Hoarder 66. Oh, my parents just started the 4-wheel drive. Hey Tommy, good to see you here. Well, yeah, I hope my singing is a sufficient replacement of the actual commercial. I think ice cream is more popular than yogurt almost anywhere you go, right? Anyway, we've definitely got enough people in the chat right now to build some Lego today, but I want to go over what people are saying first. Looks like Jimmy Jr. is going to be gaming and lurking. Appreciate that. Yeah, so as I was saying, we need to get Johnny G up in here to talk about Paradisa. We need to get Hoarder 66 and Do Jude 20 in the chat, so I can show them the difference between cursive and a link script. We need to get Clicking Cliff up in here, so that we can talk about the dinosaurs and his new shop for his Lego collection. And there's a whole bunch of other people we need to get into the chat as well. We could get Heather and Dina up in here to talk about the coloring stream that Cliff is going to do on Wednesday night. And if anyone out there is in the Jungle group chat, then you have an invite to come on to the panel. There's a whole bunch of people out. There's a whole bunch of people out there who I'd like to talk to them on this stream about stuff. So anyway, let's open bag 5, shall we? So there's bag 5. And there's the brick separator. And I'll angle the camera so that you can see some of the ramp in the shot. There we go. You can see some of the ramp in the shot because we're working on this section of the ramp now. But what I am going to do first is I'm going to take a photo of the ramp as presently constructed. Oops. One of the cars just fell over. Trying to get it in the camera shot of my phone. I'm going to go with the low angle so that people can see how steep it is. That's good enough. And let me make sure that's right. Yeah, that's right. I'll post that on Discord later. So let's get this ramp in the shot. And by the way, this ramp does move up so you can get to some of the details underneath. So first is a minifigure. And it's a minifigure in a wheelchair. Yeah, the weather looks nice outside. It's an overcast day and it's 10:48 a.m. here. And I think this is a different style of the wheelchair wheels because you can see they fit over a Technic pin. Previous wheelchairs that I've built were more the size of the bicycle grips. So let's build the minifigure to put in the wheelchair. Yeah. So is there anything that you guys want to talk about before I get into what I want to talk about? Because I always like to let my chat talk about anything they want to first. So there's the minifigure in the wheelchair. See if we can get it back here. And look, it can pop a wheelie. So yeah, let's put her right there. Actually, I'm gonna angle this more to the side so you can see more of the ramp. And make sure that what we're building is in the shot. And I'm actually going to move it just a little bit more over there. And this is a tool rack. So I think this goes underneath the ramp. Because you've got this nice red toolbox piece right here. And there's a water bottle. And there's a stand for a helmet that goes on there. And there's also a paint roller. Got some lime green paint. I think they're painting this lime green stuff for the railing right there. And there's a hammer. And there's also a wrench. Kind of like the wrenches that YouTuber used to use to symbolize who's a moderator. So there's the tool rack thing. And there's a four-wheel drive outside. Hello, Cody Studios 212. I don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome to the mayohosko channel. Right now, we are building this Lego set. It is, if I can get the instructions. It is set 60460. It's this ramp right here. And I'm good today because we've got enough viewers in the chat to actually build some Lego. Haven't been able to say that on previous streams. So let's turn this around to put this detail in. And that goes inside here. There we go. It is a Lego City set, and I bought 2 of these sets so that I can convert it into a bridge. Now we're going to build some support for the road at the top. It was good to see you here, Jimmy Gina. Hope to see you on streams in the future. And who knows, maybe I'll be live for 4 hours until I'm hanging out with whoever I'm doing a charity stream with. Maybe we might see you later at Jimmy Jr. So how does this go on? Okay, that goes on there. And there's another one of these that goes there. It does take 12 hours for a live stream to process fully on YouTube, because when I edit my live streams after they're done, I have to wait 12 hours until I can put stuff on the end screen. So I'm not sure if that's what you're trying to do or anything. I don't know why these chairs are so squeaky today. Normally they're not that squeaky. Yeah, everyone should always make sure that their technology is charged. Hopefully I'll have a good rest of my day as well. And who knows, maybe we might get some more friends coming by soon. So anyway, yes, thank you for the subscription. We appreciate all of the new subscribers. So for those who might not have seen it, yesterday I did the 11th and final part of my live stream series, The Golden Age of Lego. So I have a playlist of all, I have a playlist of all 11 parts. If anyone missed them and wants to go back and hear my analysis about each of the years from 1986 to 1994. Some people said that they want me to cover the dark ages of Lego now that I've finished covering the golden age of Lego. Some people have already told me what they think the golden ages are. Other people have told me what they think the dark ages are. So what do you guys think the golden age and the dark age of Lego is? Because I know what my years would be, but they are different from a lot of other people's years that they would consider about that. Is that something doesn't seem right? Why isn't? I think there's a discrepancy. Or maybe this. My eyes are playing tricks with me. That's weird. And we're going to put some tiles on here. And now we get to use this big road piece right here. Putting those ramp pieces on there. And one of these tiles with the road stripes. And that goes on top. Right there. And leaves a 3-stud gap between these white plates right here. Hello, Raptor Claw-Sot. I don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome to the mayohosko channel. And they say the golden age is 2005 to 2014. This is when Ninjago started, when Dino 2010 and Dino 2012. It also included Lego City and Nights 2. Lego was also accustomed to making new colors and pieces. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that 2008 to 2014 is what they considered the golden age. I started collecting Lego in 2005, so I remember some of the good sets that came out in the mid-2000s as well. Personally, I'm a fan of vintage Lego, which is why I sway more towards 1986 to 1994. But a lot of people have said some of the same years that you just said. because from the people I've talked to, there's three camps. One is the people with me of different years in the 80s and the 90s. Two are the people who say it's now, and three are the people who say around the time of the global financial crisis. Because even though the world wasn't doing so well back then, Lego was doing really well back then. We're building more of these lime green and blue fence pieces on the road, and we've got to build two of these sections. Let's put them on the ramp. Now they're on the ramp. And we've got to build another light post. We've already built one on the ramp. Now we're building one at the top of the bridge. Exactly. I mean, Lego always keeps adding new pieces to their parts inventory, and that's why I really like the Speed Champions theme, even though I don't own many of them, is because Lego tried to make their cars look so accurate to the real thing, so they came up with so many curved elements for those cars, and then they use those curved elements in other sets outside of Speed Champions. And they keep making more and more really interesting curved pieces, particularly curved slopes that make sets look so detailed these days. Lots of good details. Actually, I just realized I put this tile one wrong. Yeah. So I think that's the end of bag 5. I don't know why we have a spare 1x4 tile. That's weird. We have a spare 1x4 tile. Not sure where that's supposed to go. Maybe it's supposed to go under here. Did I miss something under here? Oh yeah, I missed it under here. That adds just a little bit extra support to these ramp pieces. Well, and have the wheelchair rolling around. And we get a spare of these wheelchair wheels. So now we're going to open bag 6, which is going to be the final bag of this set. Hooray! We're finally finishing the first copy of this set. We're finally on to the last bag, yay. And this minifigure is holding a selfie stick. And we got to build the selfie stick because there's the minifigure on its own. Now we got to build the selfie stick. And I think the sparkles on the instructions indicate that it's a flat silver piece. Think that's what it's supposed to mean. And there's a printed 1x2 tile with a smartphone on it. That's what the selfie stick looks like. I've got to put it in the arms of the minifigure. Sorry, in the hands. And we can get this to angle right. There we go. Now the minifigure can do a vlog at the racetrack. So you know what? We'll put the person in the wheelchair there and the person filming a vlog at the top of the ramp there. He's hanging dangerously right there. And we're building more of the barrier things. And we've got to build 2 of these. This set is more your speed. It took you an hour to build the Technic polybag. Yeah, it takes me a while to build Technic sets as well. I don't like building Technic sets, which is why I don't buy them all that often. A Technic set has to have a really simple but cool play feature for me to want to buy a Technic set. I don't buy Technic sets for the look of the vehicle. I buy it for the play feature, which is why the only Technic set I've ever bought myself that wasn't gifted to me was that electric garbage truck set, because it had a really cool play feature that grabs the rubbish bin on the side of the road. Okay, we're putting these barriers at the bottom of the ramp. They're right there. And they're just kind of hanging because they're clipped with one clip onto a clip bar. Hey Johnny, good to see you here. We were talking about you earlier because Zelda was talking about Paradisa. So do you want to talk about Paradisa? Because you were there for when I covered 1994 yesterday, and there were some Paradisa sets that came out in 1994. And if anyone missed any of the episodes from the golden age of Lego, you can go back and watch my playlist with all 11 episodes, because that series is done now. Paradisa, Paradisa, sun is shining all day. And also, I was just thinking to get a recap on my latest community post poll. Some of you guys have already voted on this, but right now we're up to 60 total votes, trying to get to 100 votes, and 70% of the respondents would rather have one of these ramp sets that we're building compared to all of the soapbox races pictured in this post. So if you haven't voted yet, you can go to my community post section on my YouTube channel, and you can scroll down a bit and find that, and then you can vote on it. And now we've got to build more of these barriers. The ramp is great. It's so great that I bought 2 of them to join 2 together to build a bridge. As some people who've watched my previous live streams already know about. And we've got to build 2 of these things. And also, I want to talk about something else. After episode 299 of Good Morning Brick World, which is a live stream series on the Brick Hive channel, one of their co-hosts, the Brick Babe, messaged a whole bunch of people on Instagram trying to put together a tribute video, because episode 300 is going to be the last of Good Morning Brick World on the Brick Hive channel before he's giving that live stream series to someone else. And so Brick Babe knows that I'm an avid viewer of Good Morning Brick World whenever I'm awake and not doing anything else. So she offered me the chance to participate in that tribute video, and I got around to doing that before this stream started. So hopefully you'll see me in that Good Morning Brick World tribute video on episode 300. And now we're building something to go at the top of this ramp. So the bridge is eventually going to go on the left side of my city over the railway tracks through the mountain. And I'll explain more about that when I upload my next city update in 8 days. Now, if you watched the Building and Chatting podcast earlier today, then you would have seen a sneak preview of something I added into my city, which I don't think I've ever featured on my channel before. So Building and Chatting podcast viewers would have got a sneak preview exclusive over there. It was the first time I joined them in about 3 weeks, according to them, because I've been busy with grad school and other stuff. And my sleep schedule has been terrible, and I feel guilty about that. So in my city update, it's not just going to be whatever I featured on as a sneak preview, but I'm also going to be talking about more in depth how I'm going to integrate this ramp into my city, and I'm going to loosely insert this into the city so that you can get a picture of what I'm ultimately trying to do. But until I do that, I want to build a duplicate of this set, which I have waiting, and see if I can find some more of these road plate pieces to see how many I have and how long I can make a bridge, because I'd like to make a test track when I try to repair some of my trains that might have batteries that need recharging or pieces that have come off that need to be put back together. I want to build a test layout, and I want to test the loading gauge of my trains to see if they'll fit under the bridge. Because if they can't fit under the bridge, then I'll need to find a way to make this bridge higher, or taller, I should say. I don't know what you mean by Duke Boys jump. And also pardon the aeroplanes flying overhead. And also something that I'm going to be doing for the next 2 weeks is a daily streams. I'm going to be doing daily streams again. And this time I am going to try to go live on Sundays, which will be my Monday morning here. And I decided that I'm going to try to go live before Clickin' and Brickin', so I can do a raid over there. And I'm also thinking about going live before. I'm thinking about going live on Wednesday nights at an undecided time. Who knows? Maybe being ad shot does stuff around then. Maybe I can try do a raid into ad shot or something. I'll still need to think about how I want to do it on Wednesday nights. And actually, Dina emailed me some PDF files for a coloring thing, but I also want to print off an outline of something I want to try and color in if I can find my pencils. Which is why if Dina and Heather were online right now, we could talk about that stuff right now. If Dude Jude and Hoarder 66 were online right now, I could show them the difference between cursive and the link script, like they wanted to hear from me. And Tommy, if you're still here, I'm still happy to help you out with some of those technical difficulties you were having. And also, if you didn't know about this, I'm going to be doing, I'm trying to organize a raid train the day of my birthday, which will be the day after my birthday in my time zone. So if you want to be a part of my raid train, just DM me on Discord or Instagram and we can try to fit you in. It'll be happening that Thursday night at the end of the month, which for me is Friday morning on the 1st of May. So spread the word if you want to get excited about that, because I'm still trying to organize people that might be interested in participating in that raid train. And this build, this assembly goes at the top here because it's the push bar to activate the racers going down the hill. Because if you can see me moving this thing ever so slightly. And I don't know what this thing is. I think we're building some flags or something. Maybe they're flag holders. So again, I'll ask if there's anything that you guys want to talk about. I'm happy to talk about it as well. Let's angle this down ever so slightly. Now we're building a checkered wall. Is there anything you want to know specifically about my city, Johnny? Because a question like that might, some people might want to know maybe something I haven't talked about in my city updates in a while or ever. Oh, that's a nice printed piece. Got the no limits logo on this style of piece right here. That's interesting. Actually, you know what? Eunice? I have an Instagram post about that on my close friends account. And so you know what? I'm gonna go to my Instagram app. And I'm gonna go to my page, and it's a pinned post. So people who are close friends of mine can see this every day. But this is the explanation of how I got my name. So if you can squint your eyes, maybe you might want to screenshot the screen right now and take a picture, or you might want to pause the stream so that you can take a picture or whatever. Because I used to get so many people asking that same question that I decided to write up an explanation on the Notes app so that I could have a digital file of my answer to that question, and it's available to anyone who asks that question. Okay, putting some Technic connections on here. Yeah, so I did that to make it a little bit easier for people who want to know the answer to that question. Long time no see, a chip off the old block toys. Good to see you here, buddy. We are just putting the final touches on the Soapbox Racer ramp set. We've been building this gradually over the past 1.5 months or something like that. And yes, everyone should smash the like button. How many likes do we have on the stream so far? Because I'm seeing so many of my friends getting more than 20 likes per stream. Because YouTube seems to be promoting them hard on the shorts algorithm, but not me. So for whatever reason, I can't get the likes that they can get. I need that to change, and I wish that more of my friends would be done with tax season, because I suspect that's why I haven't seen some people in a while, because they're busy with their taxes. And actually, Chip, you work with taxes now, don't you? So you also have this? I bought 2 so that I can build a bridge out of it. Oh, we only got 7 likes. Well, if anyone hasn't liked the stream yet, you should definitely go and do that. Because I always set a goal of 10. Yeah, I think a lot of people are in the same boat right now. I used to get more I used to get a fair chunk more viewers back in the summer, but now that it's autumn and I went back to grad school, some of those views dropped away. There's a variety of factors about why the viewers dropped. Oh, I'm going to get into that after I finish putting the final touches on this. We're gonna get into that. Yeah, because I know that a lot of people would be filing their taxes right now. And hopefully they're not delinquents and they've already filed away their taxes. Oh, now we've got to put the trophy on, and that should just be about it. Yeah, put the 2 flags and the trophy, and that's that. We have now finished the first copy of this. And we've now gone an hour in. No, we're going to get into talking about Brixing in just a little bit. Now that we've got enough viewers and people in the chat, and now that we've finished building this set. It took us 1.5 months to build this, but we did it. So I'm going to race the hospital bed against the hot dog. And I'm going to judge which one reaches where my computer is right here. That's going to be the finish line. So I'm going to have to have good hand-eye coordination. The hot dog car won. So let's take the hospital bed out. Let's put the hot dog car back. And now let's race it against the mayohosko car. Do a little bit of a round robin. The hot dog car won again. Maybe it's got good aerodynamics. This other car fell off the table, so I got to put it back together quickly. Because this is a toilet. So now let's race the hot dog versus the toilet. And the toilet won, only just. So let's race the toilet against some of the others now. Let's race against the hospital bed. The toilet won. Now let's race it against the mayohosko car. I think the mayohosko car won. I didn't get quite a good vision of that. I want to double check that. Yeah, the mayohosko car won. Yeah, so it's not 100% conclusive. I think there was a little bit of chance because if you see there's this ridge line right here and there's this ridge line down here. And that's what the chassis look like. We got 9 likes now. I already answered that. Or I'm going to convert this from a ramp into a bridge. Now we've got 10 likes. Thank you, everyone. And let's race the wheelchair down the hill. See, it rolls as well. That time it fell over. Yeah, so there's a lot of fun to be had with this. And I'll give you guys a little bit of a 360 view of this. Yes, there's a nice shot. B Bandits, good to see you here, buddy. No, you're not. You're not late. We'll be streaming for a little while longer. But we have just built the first coping I have of these ramp sets. And I need to go get my spare pieces. Cup. I use Pringles cans to store the extra pieces. That's all the extra pieces I've got in there so far. After my last batch of sorting. There's a little bit of a glare on there. Yeah, there's a glare. Because of the lighting in this room. Anyway, so now that we've finished building the ramp, I wanna talk about some other stuff. But before we get on to talking about the other stuff, I'm gonna once again race the mayohosko car, and just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna race it against the wheelchair. And this just fell apart. It does that sometimes because it's not very stable the way I built this. Let's try that again. That time it stayed together. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the mayohosko car at the top of the hill. And I'm going to angle this slightly up so that you can see it in all its glory. And we're going to talk about some stuff. Extra pieces are annoying sometimes. Sometimes they save you. Well, the reason why Lego includes them is because they know that there's a high chance kids are going to lose them. Because I forget what the age rating on this set was. But it was probably 5 to 12 or 6 or 6 to 12 or something. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of noise outside my house. And there's a plane flying overhead. Because there's a training airport nearby my house. Anyway, just wait for that car to go past. Now I want to talk about some stuff. So I am still talking about the Lego Ambassador Network because I always see people talking about the Lego Ambassador Network, and I've been thinking about the types of content I like to watch lately. And don't worry, it all comes full circle. Because the more I hang out with my friends, the more realizations I come to. And something I've been thinking about recently is the types of content that I prioritize watching. Because if people have seen me talking about this stuff before, either when I've watched other people's streams or people have watched my streams, they know that my favorite type of Lego content to watch is city updates. And my second favorite type of content to watch is live streams, because I enjoy talking with my friends on live streams, whether it's their live streams or my live stream, like how we're talking now. And while I was, before I went on autumn break, I told myself, because I need to focus on getting my work done, was going to prioritize on-demand content, because I can watch that when I get home from class and not worry about trying to meet someone else's schedule. But now that I'm on autumn break, I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. I can sleep whenever I want, not before I need to go to class, because there is no class for the next 2 weeks. There is no class until my birthday at the end of the month, the last day of the month, of which I'm trying to organize a raid train for with some people in our friendship group. And so I like to watch city updates by far more than anything else. And whenever I watch people's videos to support my friends every day, when I see them uploading stuff, I like to watch it because I'm interested in what they're doing, and I like seeing how they do it. And so the first videos I always watch at the start of the day are people's Lego City updates. And then I watch people's mocks, and then I watch people's reviews, and then I watch people's shorts, and then I watch people's podcasts. Generally in that order. I like to structure my day of what type of content I watch on YouTube. And so there are a whole bunch of people who do city updates. And because I am so far behind and trying to catch up with their city updates, the first video that I watch every single day is whatever city update that Brixing is doing, because I got 12 months behind on his city updates. Fortunately, he doesn't upload city updates every single day. He uploads daily, but he doesn't upload city updates or mock updates or layout updates every single day, which means by watching what he has done in a playlist every single day, I've been able to catch up. I was 12 months behind. Now I'm only 4 months behind after watching his city updates at the start of the day, every single day for the past 6 months or something. And I'm not going to stop until I'm finally caught up. And actually, other people have recommended that I go subscribe to a Lego City builder called Chrisbricks. And they don't upload videos every day, but all they do is upload city updates. I've gotten recommendations from a few people to go subscribe to Chrisbricks. And I'm at a point now where I will do that once I'm caught up with other people. And so if anyone has been keeping up with the Lego Ambassador Network, you know that some people have left the program and people have their own thoughts about LAN. I have my own thoughts about LAN. We can get into that if people want to share their thoughts about LAN, because if people want to share their thoughts about LAN, I'm happy to share my thoughts about LAN, and we can talk things out, because I know that my opinion is different. I try to go for more of a neutral ground. I try to be as neutral and fair and balanced as possible, because I will happily read and watch and observe both sides of the coin so I can make my own decision about how I feel about almost anything I talk about. Some people are extreme anti, other people are extreme pro. And so to find the happy medium is something that I have tried to do. And so recently, a Duck Bricks quit LAN, And more recently, Brixie quit the Lego Ambassador Network. And people who don't like Brixie and don't like the LAN, they absolutely piled on his I Quit video. They absolutely piled on because of the way they feel about him and the way they feel about the program. And there was a lot of valid criticisms, but there will always be that small handful of people who always go too far, which I don't need to get into. But something that Brixie once said when he was on probation after he accidentally leaked when he was doing a video at the Lego house, the buildable rocket raccoon set was in one of the shots he did in that video, and he got put on probation because of that. And while he was on probation, he said he didn't mind that he was put on probation because he can do stuff independent of the Lego Ambassador Network. One of the big things that people criticize LAN about is the amount of free sets people in the program get. And they say free sets because they don't have to pay any money for those sets, but they do have to spend time to cover that stuff on social media. So there's the debate in that is it really free? Which commodity do you value more, time or money? There are some people who have a lot of time and not a lot of money. There are some people who have a lot of money and not a lot of time. So those two different perspectives will dictate how someone feels about that type of stuff. So I just needed to take a water break. And so my honest reaction when I watched Brixie's I Quit video, I was happy for him. And you know why I was happy for him? Because he can focus more on his sitting and less on the feeling some people in the program have that they need to review everything that Lego sends them.
Nothing I can fix myself.
I need another water break. What are you saying, Alexandria? The thing for you is you build Lego because it relaxes you. If it became more like a job, you wouldn't enjoy it anymore. And that's how a lot of people feel. These lights want to bend over really easy. just wanted to launch those down the hill again because it's fun to do. Anyway, yeah, so I wanted to get into that because that's a good perspective. A lot of people don't want social media to be their jobs. They're already too busy with their real jobs that contribute real money to the economy. Social media is social for them. Other people, social media is their business, which is why they're a little bit more business oriented. Some people do social media as their full-time job. So depending on how people use social media in the Lego community might influence how they feel about the commercialism of Lego social media. Because I've said that I am so grateful that people choose to subscribe to me, because I got my 1,000 subscribers. So I'm like, yes, I got that. That's one thing I can check off the box. Now I need to get the 3,000 watch time hours so that I can enable super chats and memberships. That'll be the next box to tick. And then the box after that to tick would be to get 4,000 watch time hours to have ads on my videos so that I can earn a few pennies per video. But also, my main motivation for wanting to enable memberships and super chats is because I want to do a charity live stream where we can raise money for a mental health charity that I feel is worth supporting. It helps. Because among other things, they have a suicide prevention hotline, and I've seen too many people end themselves that way. So I think that's a worthy charity worth supporting. And there's a thing called Movember where you shave your mustache to raise money for charity. And so those who have seen my face before, you know that I am growing my mustache, and I will shave my mustache during that charity stream. So I have a commercialism motivation when it comes to Lego on social media, but not everyone doesn't. Not all of my viewers don't. In fact, most of my viewers don't have that aspiration at all. They just like talking to people because it's fun. And so people like Brixie, that is their full-time job. And so they do have the business lens when they think about the stuff that they're uploading, the content they're creating for social media. And so Brixie said in that video, he yields more views per video on city updates, layout updates, mock updates than reviews of sets that LAN used to send him. And so he felt that it wasn't worth his time anymore. He made a business decision to quit LAN. And because of that, I support him, because I don't watch his reviews. That's not what I'm subscribed to him for. I'm subscribed to him because of the stuff I talked about. I don't care about his family vlogs. I don't care about his shopping vlogs. I don't care about his reviews unless he's the first to review a set I'm interested in. I think the only review I've ever watched from him was the 90th anniversary castle that came out in 2022 that most people refer to as the Lion Knights castle because Lego wanted to retcon their past. Because the Lion Knights used to be called the Crusader Knights. And so, yeah, that's a whole different discussion. But personally, I am glad he quit, because he can focus more on stuff that I'm more interested in. And there's a common misconception with the Lego Ambassador Network that if you get gifted something, you have to review it. But there are people in the program who have proven that that isn't true. Shy Time is My Time uploads content that is not reviews and explicitly states he fulfills his obligations without having to review the set. And a lot of people really like Shy Time is My Time. He has a really good podcast sitting on the stoop. And he's, I would say, a more likable person than Brixie. Brixie draws in a lot of controversy because of how big he is, how much he's in the YouTube algorithm, how commercialized his approach is, and people have their own problems with that. If he didn't upload city updates, I wouldn't care about him at all. But he does. He has a nice city. A lot of other people have nice cities too. Like this Chris Bricks, a guy people keep on telling me about. That's got me intrigued. Yeah, Alexandria says, a lot of people will disagree with you, but you loved Brixie's old city in the basement of his house more. See, that's something that really grinded some people's gears. Was when he moved to the warehouse that he rents. I thought it was a really ambitious project, and I'm still catching up with what he's doing in the warehouse. But there was something quite charming when he used to operate in his basement. Personally, I will disagree with you, Alexandria, but I can find validation in your reason why. Because I'm not one of those people to go running their mouth and think that their opinion is the facts of what I've seen other people in the Lego community try to project their opinion onto everyone else and try to spread that like it's a gospel preach to the choir, shout from the rooftops. Those type of people that like to run their mouth wherever they go. But I try to take the neutral approach wherever I can. And so I welcome people to agree and disagree with each other, because that creates the public discourse, which gives people stuff to talk about on social media. Hey, it's giving me stuff to talk about right now, which is why I welcome people sharing their opinions about what I'm talking about, what other people are talking about, what's in the news, whatever they like's going on right now, whatever they want to talk about. I enjoy talking with them in return because I like talking to people. Exactly, because there is something creative about working in a more confined space. Because he played around with a whole lot of different configurations of his tables. And it was interesting the way his sitting evolved, because he was constantly figuring out how to maximize the space given his table space and the way that his basement was shaped. There's something intrinsically interesting about watching that. But I really like seeing people with as much real estate as they can get fully utilize their dream builds. Like the way that he built his mountain, I'm slowly catching up to where he put the mountain into his sitting. And it's one of the most impressive mountains I've ever seen in a Lego setting. Because I can think about the Mr. Bookie Boo, who has a good mountain range. in his city. It was actually Mr. Bookie Boo who inspired me to want to put a mountain in my city. And so I always look forward to when Mr. Bookie Boo uploads stuff. I spent about a year or so catching up on Mr. Bookie Boo's city updates. Because I met Mr. Bookie Boo at Brickworld Chicago 2024, and I told him I would subscribe. We traded sig figs. We got a selfie with each other at the convention. It was a good time. I enjoyed talking to him. And yeah, that's another thing. RC also has a good mountain range. Probably the most densely detailed mountain I've ever seen is in from Blocks to Mox's city. Whenever From Blocks to Mox uploads city updates, that makes me the happiest, because I have such a good chemistry with From Blocks to Mox. Hell, I used to do weekly live streams with him. So that's why I like to watch people's city updates, because everyone does something a little bit different from each other. And I see them perfecting their craft over time, and it gives me inspiration about stuff that I want to do in my city as a result. Hell, I use the first and second generation road base plates in my city because that's what Matt Simmons has in his city. And Matt Simmons is one of those people who views YouTube from the commercialism side and stopped uploading as much stuff because he got demonetized. I knew about Matt Simmons before I knew about Brigzar or Jane Briggs or Just Too Good or M&R Productions. I was watching Matt Simmons when Mad About Lego was doing those awesome speed builds, and when Michael Hickox was doing those awesome stop motions back in the early 2010s. And sadly, when he got demonetized, he lost his motivation, which is why he's got the subscribers. He just doesn't have the watch time hours. Which is why if you're not subscribed to Matt Simmons and you like vintage Lego in the same way that I like vintage Lego, then I would strongly recommend you go subscribe to Matt Simmons. And by far the best videos on the Matt Simmons channel are those with his son Tyler. They started uploading Lego videos in 2007. You see if I can find their channel really quickly. See if I can find it. Oh, hang on. I just saw something. Oh yeah, that stuff with his beekeeping. Oh, it just re-uploaded stuff. Okay. That's weird. Yes, he does like to whistle. That's so weird. He made a new video. He made a new channel, and he re-uploaded some of his old videos. That's interesting. because he does more stuff than just Lego these days. He was one of the early adopters of the Tesla back in 2014, and he's also a beekeeper. That's interesting. I didn't know he had that second channel. But I guess he finally did those modifications to the ferry and cargo ship that he said he was going to do. Does he have playlists? Yeah, he has playlist. Okay. I'm discovering this as I'm scrolling. I didn't know about that. But if anyone wants to check out Matt Simmons, this is what you should look for. So you might want to pause the screen. No, sorry, you might want to pause the stream and take a screenshot or something. Because I would strongly recommend that you go subscribe. Just wanted to do that again because it's fun to do that. I need another water break. Yeah, I ain't got this up. Yeah, anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, so long story short, you can choose to pile on Brixie depending on whatever you feel about him. Personally, I'm glad he quit the LAN because that means he can focus on stuff that I'm more interested in. Those are my thoughts. I'm sure people will gladly share their thoughts. No matter how turbocharged or mellow they are. Alexandra says, part of the problem is everyone imagines how they would build their own city if they could. So when Brixie does something, there are always people complaining about something they don't like. Exactly. And I think that's where he's learned to kind of tune those people out. The backseat drivers, as those types of people are called, where they're not just making a recommendation to say, hey, this might work well. Instead, their tone is, this is all wrong, do this instead. And it's like, that's not the way you treat whoever you're watching. You got to understand they're doing it. You're not doing it. You're just ordering people around with that kind of attitude. It's funny. Yeah, so do I, because I don't want anyone on Lego YouTube to fail. I've seen too many people fail and they quit the community because they failed, or YouTube failed them, or the community failed them, or they failed themselves. There's a lot of reasons why people fail. I was almost on the brink of failure a couple weeks ago. I'm not afraid to admit that. Yeah. So like some people, man, and my stomach is grumbling again. Yeah. So I think I've said my piece about that. That's everything I wanted to say about that topic. I want to go to my control center and see if I programmed something. Hey, Parmesan Hufflepuff. Don't think I've seen you on my streams before, so welcome to the mayohosko channel. We finished building this soapbox racer ramp. And we've been racing the soapboxes down the hill. These lights like to come down really easily. Oh, that eventually fell down. Because you can't even race the wheelchair that comes in this set. You could try racing some of the dirt bikes that come in some of the city sets as well.
Yeah, of course.
What's going on? Mum.
That's kind of funny, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So for those who might not know, I try to go live at 9 p.m. Eastern on days that I can. So any new subscribers, any new viewers should know that I go live at 9 p.m. Eastern, barring other occasions. Like if I have a collaboration or I'm a part of a raid with someone. And actually, I've been talking about the collaboration raid that I'm trying to organize with people for the 30th of April. And I got some updates. So before this stream started, Brick Therapy 23 did confirm his interest, but he's going to have to see what his son's soccer schedule is like. And before the weekend started, Jedi Brickman confirmed his interest as well. It's fun to race them down the hill. I'll give you another 360 spin. I need to get out the Lazy Susan so I can do that. Yeah, so also, if I go back to Discord, JDP a while ago confirmed that he wants to join. He has to check his schedule. One Brick at a Time told me on one of her streams that she's interested. She needs to reply to my DMs. And I'm in contact with a few other people as well. So I am waiting on responses from Britain Bricks, Breezy Builds, Little L Bricks, One Brick at a Time, Brick Together, Odele Dorado, Never Too Old for Lego. I am waiting on responses from them, Kirkham Bricks, and Senior Brickacino let me know that they won't be able to participate. So I thank them for letting me know as soon as they can, so I can plan and go on without them. I would really so let me go back. I think I did message Tier Time as well. Yeah, I did message Tier Time on Instagram, still waiting for a response from them. I would really like Brick Together and Odele to participate because we go live on some of the same days together. Silent Mode has confirmed that he wants to go live at 8 p.m. in England, which I think is 3 p.m. Eastern. So he might be the first person who goes live in the raid train. But I define a raid train as 3 or more streamers back to back. Also, hey Pirate, good to see you here. Oh, you're still building that set. I finished building this set. Yeah, so I would really like it if Brick Together participates, because often we actually often overlap each other, because he goes live an hour before I normally go live. Back when I was on summer vacation and I did multiple 2-hour streams, sometimes he would actually raid into me after he ended his streams. and I really appreciate that. And also, I've done a collaboration with Brick together before, and we had fun about that. So yeah, I like to have fun with my friends, and I always say we all enjoy each other's company more when we're all together in one place. And a lot of us are content creators, and it feels good to see our friends succeed, which is why I say we grow together. Well, I am highly honored for you to say that. I really appreciate that Pirate. I try to deliver the best content that I can, and I try to interact with my viewers about a whole bunch of stuff. So that's highly appreciated.
You finished?
No, I'm still going. It's fun racing them down the hill. Yeah. So that's why when I know that I go live on the same day as other people, those are prime targets for where I think if I can coordinate people into a raid train, I honestly believe we will feel more happier with each other, because we will all grow together more, and more people will be in one place at the same time. Because when some people are here and some people are there and some people are over here, some people are over there, not as many people spend as much time with someone as they might like. Some people only watch certain people. So I only get to see them at certain times of the week when I like talking with them and I'd like to talk to them more. Some people I talk to every single day because they watch a lot of people like what I watch a lot of people. Yeah, so I'm always coming up with plans about what I can do and how I can have more fun with my friends. And if you're a streamer and you want to get involved in the raid train I'm organizing, feel free to reach out via a DM. And also, I'm editing some of my descriptions at the same time because I've been a little bit lazy with that stuff, including the description for this stream. So yeah, is there anything that anyone else wants to talk about before we skedaddle? Because I'm gonna have to go eat lunch soon because I'm feeling hungry. I want to see if I can redirect to someone after the stream. see if I can set this up. Okay, they didn't let me do that. I'll have to go to someone else. I gotta tell them that they need to edit their YouTube redirect settings so that I can raid to them. Because these guys will let me redirect to them afterwards, and I'm gonna save that. Yeah, because this has been a good 2-hour stream. I'm glad we were able to get this set done. I'm glad we were able to have some good conversations with the people in the chat. And it's honestly a huge relief to finally get this set done. It really is. And now I can focus on trying to get another assignment done that's due on Friday, and my city update that I'm going to be uploading in 8 days. It was a good stream. It was good to see some new people in my stream that I see almost everywhere else. I think of Parmesan and Bee Bandits and Jimmy Jr. And there were some other people from the Shorts algorithm who stopped by. We had some good conversations. I think we even picked up a subscriber as well. So I would definitely call this stream a resounding success, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys in the chat, because you guys give me the energy I need. You guys give me the energy. But we just hit 10. We just hit 10 viewers. So honestly, that motivates me to want to keep on doing more stuff, which means since we did hit 10 viewers, I'm going to do something. I'm gonna get myself some bread. I'm gonna get myself some bread to give me the carbohydrates I need to keep on going. And we're going to go to the garage, have some fun with the city in the garage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to the garage right now. Let's go to the garage. There's my Splice t-shirt. Let's go to the garage. This is the garage. And let's put the computer down here. And let's angle this up. You can see my city in the background there. Because I've still got two more hours until I'm scheduled to go on someone's charity stream. So let me go get something very quickly. I got my bread. Now I'm going to go get the set that we just built. There's the set that we just built. Oh. We dropped back down to 6 viewers, which was where we were at earlier. But we can still try to have some fun in here. I don't show off my city a lot of my streams. Eventually I want to be that guy that always shows their city on their streams. I'm eating bread. So let's see. I'm going to I'm going to say something to see if there is still anyone out there. If you are still out there watching, please comment the cookie emoji or the word cooking. I'm going to test who's still here. If you're still watching or if you just came in, comment the word cookie or the cookie emoji. We'll see who's watching. We'll see who's still awake and see who's out there just lurking. Let's see if we can make it rain. Let's see if we can make it rain cookies in the chat. Let's see how many cookies we can get in the chat right now. As I readjust the camera. Oh, hey Billy, good to see you here. If you go back and watch the first 2 hours or whatever of this stream, we finished building the set that we've been building on my streams for the past month or so. So I need to find a landing spot for me to put the camera. No, if I move some of this out the way temporarily and move it to the road, we might be able to get the camera to fit down here. I want to see those cookies in the chat. Let's slide this down. And you can see some of the depths of Malaga City. You're going to see my hands back here as I try to place something. And then once I'm done that, you're going to get a mayohosko exclusive from the stream. Sorry, you're going to get a mayohosko live stream exclusive. So I'll tell you what, Johnny, I want to see a cookie from you, Johnny, because you wanted to see what I was going to do with this ramp in my city. Okay, you've been watching since then. Well, I hope you enjoyed lurking. Hope you enjoyed that. Did you have me on in the background while you were doing stuff? That's nice to hear. Okay, let's see if I can get this in here. Oh, I'm gonna have to finagle this out the way. Twist that around. And see if that lines up with the road. Where's the stud line? Oh, there's the stud line. So maybe if I move that one stud forward temporarily. Can the rock pieces fit? No, they can't. I'll have to move some of these rock pieces. How many should I move these? Let's move them. Let's move them 4 studs just to be safe. I know I'm a little bit far away right now. Make sure I leave a 4 stud gap in the modifications I'm making. I'm making live changes to the Lego City. There we go. Those rock pieces are worked out back there. Ah, you're sorting more Lego from the thrift shop. You do that a lot, don't you? I've still got way more sorting I need to do. I'm just glad I was able to sort a whole bunch of stuff over the summer. Yeah. So while I'm in the city, I'm going to see what things I can add, see what things I can change while we got some time. Because there's some junk around here that really shouldn't be here. See if I can extend this. So that's 2 studs away from the track. See how close I can get this. I think it's about there. Let's try to put more on the other side. There we go. I wonder if I have more of those big ugly rock pieces. I forget what's in here. Oh, these are all of my mail tiles. Hey, D&M Bricks, good to see you here, buddy. We finally finished building the set in the thumbnail. Finally finished doing that. because after half an hour of just talking, we finally got enough people in the chat where I felt justified to start building, and we were able to finish bags 5 and 6 of the set that I've been building for the past 1.5 months or so. And so now that I've finished that, transitioned. Well, I was going to end the stream about 15 minutes ago, but then I was like, you know what? I've still got some time until I'm due on someone's charity stream, and there was still a decent amount of viewers because we spiked to 10 viewers before I decided to come into the garage, and we just spiked up to 10 viewers again, and now we're back down again. So you see, that's how it goes with the vertical algorithm. And so I was like, you know what? I don't need a big fancy lunch. I can just eat some bread, get the carbohydrates to give me the energy I need to keep on going. Because I've now been awake for 20 hours. And through a combination of caffeine and carbohydrates, I'm still full of energy, which is now why we're in the garage. And I'm at this point, I'm gonna mess around with my Lego City, adding some things, changing some things until we hit zilch. Another donut 0, or until we reach the 4-hour mark when I'm due to be on someone's charity stream. So like just rummaging around trying to fit that RAM pin that we just added. I remembered I had this IKEA Big League box. And what is in this Big League box, you may ask? It's probably 1,000 or so of the 1x2 mail envelope printed tiles. Most of which I got in a small pab cup before they switched to the boxes at Brickworld Chicago 2025. So I will never have to buy the mail printed envelopes ever again, because I've got more to last a lifetime. So I never have to shop for that piece ever again. And so you know what? I'm gonna do something fun here. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna see if I can reposition the camera again. So let me move some stuff around right here. Oh, I forgot about this. I need to put this lemonade cart that's being pulled by a bicycle. I need to position that next to some of the other stuff. Yeah, I will temporarily move some of this stuff out of the way. So let's see if we can reposition the camera. Oops, my finger covered the lens. Actually, you know what? I need some kind of thing so that you can see above the rooftops. And I need to move this speed limit sign out of the way. Hold on, let me try and jerry rig something together. Gonna have to move some other stuff out the way. I like to get creative and jerry rig stuff together to get you guys a better camera angle. I'll get back that to Big League box. And maybe some pad boxes as well. Try to go for the stuff that's full, so that adds more load bearing. Hopefully this jerry rigging will work out fine. You know what? I'm holding you in midair right now. Let's see if we can lay this down. Oh, need to go a little bit higher. So what I'll do is I'll take you back to the build table. See if we can go higher. How can we go higher? Also, hello, Cole Nelson. I saw you in some other people's streams earlier today, so welcome to my stream. I think I saw you in the chat of Sparky's stream. Did I? What do I need to raise this? Where do I put that stuff? I'm trying to jerry rig stuff together. Oh, here they are. So that I can get you guys some more dynamic camera angles. Yeah, so let's see if this will work out. Let's see if this works. And please, no W's. Now it's a little bit risque. It's a little bit risky. I have to be careful with how I move the camera. Don't have a wide base with whatever I've just jerry-rigged together. But from this camera angle, you can see the ramp that we just finished building at the start of the stream. And you can see my hand right, here, and you can see the ramp right here. I had to align it so that, at least temporarily, it is in a makeshift position of where the bridge on the road out of my city will be. And I like its temporary placement. So you can see the road in between the Ninjago City Gardens. There's a better view of that. You can see the spire. I can't quite reach out to it, but you can just barely see the spire on top of the Ninjago City Gardens, which is a modular. And also the Monkey Kid a Megapolis set. And if I come around here, you can barely make out that I'm spinning this Ferris wheel thing. You can just barely make that out. So yeah, I'm glad I was able to finally get this set built and put that ramp in. So now, well, if you've been watching my city updates, you know that I've got a Mario Kart race going on. I've got a Formula One race going on. And now I'm going to have a soapbox race going on. So we've got 3 different races going on in the streets of my city. Mario, Formula One, and soap. So I want to have the mayohosko car at the top of the ramp. Want to have the hot dog car, the first to bottom. Want to have the toilet racer, second to bottom, and the hospital bed, third to bottom. And there's going to be a crash, theoretically, right here when the 2 car races collide with each other. Fortunately, the Formula One cars, the Formula One race, they're on a different circuit. So just injecting a little bit more chaos into the city, which can be a new storyline. So you're hearing it here first on this live stream, a brand new storyline that will be inserted into my Lego City updates. So you can tell how much I like auto racing / motorsport. I've got 3 different car races going on in my city right now. It is awesome. I think it's awesome. So if anyone wants to talk about anything, be my guest. Maybe we can get into a conversation about something you guys want to talk about. I'm going to see if there's other things I can change within the city, because there's some mess in some parts. Started testing auto captions. I imagine that would be exciting, because I've never bothered to experiment with the auto captions before. I know that some people do that because they know they have viewers where English is not their first language or something, or they have a hearing impairment, so it's more important for them to see the subtext. So that's why they put that effort into fine-tuning their auto captions. Car crash scene, something interesting. You might have given me inspiration for something I do in the May update. And who knows? Maybe the tow truck from 1970 that I bought at Bricktastic, used in box, might be a part of the wreckage cleanup. And while I'm in the city and I'm live, this is a good opportunity for people to suggest things that I can do in the city, because I'm open to all suggestions if I think they're interesting, exciting, or fun. I'm just going to try to do some maintenance until anyone says anything. Let me move this. Ugh. Get a different angle so that you're not just staring at the same thing. I've never heard of Crimson Desert. What kind of game style is that? I know a lot of people who do gaming while listening to streams in the background. I do the same thing. Oh, instructions. Oh, it's a sandbox game. Nice. A lot of my friends are into RPGs, but for whatever reason, I'm not. Have you ever thought about making like seats for people to watch the races? Oh, you mean like a bleacher or a grandstand? I have thought about that for the raceway complex. I'm thinking about how I can have some bleachers above the Shell service station that doubles as the pit stop garages on race days. But I still haven't quite figured out how I'd want to design that yet. I've got a VIP lounge type thing in this mock right here in this mock that I still need to do some maintenance on. I wish this mountain hadn't come apart as much as it did. It's not even that level anymore, which is a shame. But we need to add some track. Need to get some straight track. Unfortunately, there's some just down on the floor here. Oh, that didn't sound good. Whoa! That car just came down. Come on, squeeze in there. Let me reset this. Don't fall down. You know, surely I have room for more the big ugly rock pieces back there. See if I can fit these back here. Huh. Oh yeah, I didn't stack that right. How do I stack things? Here, like that. There you go, that snaps in there. Is there anything? Yeah. This ain't doing anything right now. What's... Oh, this is a combo mop thing I did once upon a time. I remember this. Let me see if I can try and salvage this really quickly. Get you a different angle. Get you a little look at the diner. I think, yeah, because that's the roof for one of those. Is there any more part of that module? Oh, but there's a forklift and some foliage that's broken. You know, I could probably try to fit some more big ugly rock pieces back there. This is a real old forklift. This is from the year 1990. It came with an aeroplane set. I'm going to put it near the junction for where the harbour is going to go. Let me see if I can find another big ugly rock piece in the the depths of my junk. I've got so much junk on the floor. I want to try and clean that up on my autumn break. Gee, why is that there? Oh, that's an empty drawer. That's got some big plates in it. Some big wigs. I thought I had a drawer of big ugly rock pieces once upon a time. Now, see, this is a symptom of me not taking care of my sets properly. This is supposed to be Eve from that Wally Brickheads pack. What do you notice about Eve? She's missing her face and she's missing an arm. I need to piece that back together. Hey, you know what? Let's have some fun with something very quickly. Because this is a police bike that I've had forever. I'm just going to have it parked on the sidewalk somewhere. You know what? Let's have the police bike parked outside the car wash that I still need to put back together. Still need to find a big ugly rock piece. Let's twist this back around. But if anyone has seen the Lotso, the buildable Lotso, which got revealed, I have the minifigure scale version of Lotso, and I have him holding the Infinity Gauntlet. So he has the power like He-Man. And you know what would be funny if I try pose Lotso like Godzilla or King Kong or something. Does that fit? Let me see if I can try and make this fit. No, that's not a bar connection. And that's not a bar connection either. Maybe you could somehow pose Lotso climbing something. Yeah, let's just have Lotso at the top of that roof right there. To where he's looking over the rooftops. You can barely see Lotso. Let me try and point to it. You can just barely see Lotso right there. Where my finger is, you can see, if you squint, you can see him right there. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, from how Lotso was in Toy Story 3, I wouldn't trust him. And because of his evil portrayal, is why I thought it would be funny to give him the Infinity Gauntlet. Because, like, if I had the Thanos Big Fig, I would give him the Infinity Gauntlet because Thanos is the most evil character in the MCU. Well, right now in mayohosko City, Lotso is probably the most evil creature, even more so than King Boo, who's in the Mario Kart race down here. You can that white cube thing. Yeah, that's King Boo. Maybe we cap this off at 3 hours. Let's see what happens in the next 16 minutes. Oh, you have the King Boo's Mansion set. Does that come with the King Boo minifigure? Or buildable figure, I should say. Because I want to say King Boo and Wario came in the same Mario Kart set. I need to put these stickers behind Ninjago City to remind me I need to put those stickers on. This is something I took off the Daily Bugle. It needs to go back on. But I don't know how. And me personally, I'd rather try to do some sticker surgery to get that on a different piece. Which of the burger vans? You're talking about the city one or the old Monster Burger creator set? A lot of people really like that, but I always found its premise so confusing. Why would you serve food out of a monster truck? Makes no sense. place that makes sense for this? Where can I just tack it on somewhere? The city one, yeah, that's by far more common these days. Oh, I could try put it here. Somehow, some way. Yeah, I'll experiment with that somehow. Man, it's really hot on the left side of the city. Because that's where the door is. Would like to find another big ugly rock piece. Maybe I have one in bulk somewhere. I know I've got stuff stowed away in my castle box, but I'm not going to pull them out. Maybe there's one in this bulk down here. Oh, that's my crate. Oh my god, those are some of my reading medals. No, there's nothing in there. $10 to go until I think we'll end this stream. I don't anticipate anyone else will come in here. Oh, maybe it's hidden back there. No, that's train stuff. And where was the big ugly rock piece I found originally? Oh yeah, here it is. He does. Because if I... No, let me test something. Yeah, because as I'm walking into my city, my eyes gravitate towards the tall stuff, and yeah, Lotso is within that sight range. I'll worry about trying to find a big ugly rock piece another time. I'm just going to put this one down here at the bottom on the base plate, and then worry about putting another one on top whenever I find one. I'm just glad I was able to get that build done and put it into the city. And it's getting hot in here. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna end this stream in my room. That's enough of the city for one day. I'll have to come back next weekend to do the filming and to make some final changes. I'm gonna turn my camera off while I'm moving. And I'm gonna mute myself as well. Okay, I'm in my room now. But I'm in no condition to show everything in my room. My room is a mess. And I'm gonna turn the fan on. It's so I'm getting hot. Ugh. I'm just gonna chill for the next 5 minutes. And Johnny's back. Johnny, were you there to see me place the ramp in the city? We just came out of the garage. Well then, because I was going to end the stream after the 2-hour mark, but then we bumped up to 10 viewers, so I decided to go for another hour. And so we placed the ramp into the sitting. And I did some maintenance for some of the stuff in the sitting to get it to work properly. And I also had to jerry-rig something together to get the camera angle right. Because I have now been up for 21 hours. So I'm going to get a rest before I do stuff on a charity stream. But I do have more energy than what you might think right now. Because it's not as much that I'm tired, it's the fact that my body's getting a little bit sore from standing up in the garage. Now I'm just adding some things to my watch later list, so I can keep track of whatever my friends are uploading. Yes, I am going to get some rest before I do stuff with Brick Dynasty. And so we will be raiding, YouTube redirecting to Brick Dynasty at the conclusion of this stream. I appreciate that, Johnny. Have I got any heater sets coming? Well, I will say I've told some people, but when Target had their sales, there was only one of the Lightning McQueens in the whole state. And so my mother ordered the last of the Lightning McQueens at all the Targets in my state. So I'm not sure if they've already clicked and collected it, but I suspect that'll be I suspect that they'll give it to me on the day of my actual birthday. Would I now? I'll let some of my Star Wars friends be the judge of that. But yeah, hopefully people enjoy Brick Dynasty's charity stream. Hopefully they can raise money, a lot of it, because their thumbnail says Dynasty of Hope fundraiser at delivering Lego sets to kids in hospitals. So they're trying to buy Lego sets for kids in hospital. That's a good thing to raise money for. Help out some less fortunate children. When the Lego community decides to raise money for charity, we can make an impact on a lot of people's lives. So thank you for watching this stream. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I will see you guys in an hour on Brick Dynasty stream, but you will be YouTube redirected to that stream right now if you have autoplay enabled. If you don't have autoplay enabled, you will see a message at the top of the chat to go and check out their stream. So I'll see you over there. I will see you on my live stream before Clicking and Bricking tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.